within the Success Team organization. Tim, the floor is yours, my brother. Do your thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, my name is Tim Behling, founder of Successteam. Successteam is a local 501c3 nonprofit organization specialized in educational youth development. Simply what that means is that we're all about our youth, all about making sure that our young leaders, our young people have a platform of support en route to accomplishing their dreams and goals. Just because we believe that everybody needs an equal opportunity to be able to do so. We're a platform that really just makes sure that not only our youth have advocates, but they have a voice in the community, and they have things to do to kind of help them propel towards being the best them. We actually been in active existence since 2015. So Success Team is around 6 years old now. We strive through the first 5 years. We're gonna continue keeping it going as we hit that decade mark in a few years. But the biggest thing for us is just being present in the community, being active in the community, and ensuring that not only do our youth have advocates, but they have a platform of support to make sure they accomplish their dreams and goals.
So for you, I want to let you guys know that I just went Facebook Live, so you can catch this interview on my Facebook page, which is GARENCOFER. Catch Brother Tim live on this, and he's talking about his organization, Success Team. So Tim, now with this vision of Success Team,
Yes, sir.
did it evolve into something else, or is this the actual idea that you had for a Success Team?
Nah, yeah, this was not the original idea presentation of what Success Team was supposed to be. Now, it was always supposed to be about giving young leaders a platform. It was always supposed to be about making sure that we had good succession planning. Mm-hmm. It was always supposed to ensure that we had great leadership coming up throughout that generational impact standpoint. But originally, I was more focused on my generation, the millennial generation, mm-hmm. and which still ties in. But when we really nailed it down, the most effective way that we can do this, and the most effective way that we can really make an impact in our community, is giving the millennial generation an opportunity to learn from the generation before them, mm-hmm. put them in leadership positions, and then impact and build programs that impacted the generation after us. Right? That's ripple effect. Okay? So we really wanted to make sure that when we really nailed this thing down, was everybody was being involved. All right, we received mentorship from the generation before us, the parent generation. We were stepping up, right? We were stepping into those leadership roles that we need to be coming into, learning, right? Getting the experience, and also accepting the accountability and responsibility for it, right? But then also, too, to keep things going, like making sure that the generation after us, all right, mm-hmm. the younger people, mm-hmm. okay, that they had things to do, the people that they can learn from, and examples that they can follow.
So Tim, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. For the last year and a half, we've just been pretty much, COVID plagued or whatever.
That's right.
Within your organization, and we'll talk about the events later, but I just want to talk about the organization as a whole. How much has the pandemic affected your organization as a whole? What obstacles or what hurdles have you had to jump in, and what was your succession plan to move forward?
Man, COVID honestly impacted everybody, mm-hmm. and including Success Team. Pretty much, we're all about in-person events. Mm-hmm. We're all about in-person interaction. We're all about hands-on, being in your face, being there. We want you to be able to feel us, right? Mm-hmm. And we want to be able to connect with our youth from a standpoint where we can look each other in the eye, we can have that conversation face-to-face, and we can do everything that we need to do in person. Now, of course, with COVID, we couldn't do anything in person, right? So that was the thing to where, we had to navigate, we had to adapt, we had to adjust, and we had to respect the COVID-19 pandemic because, of course, over anything, that health is the most important.
First and foremost, you only get one of those.
That's it. And being safe as well, of course, we outside of following mitigations and regulations that mm-hmm. were set in place, we could have snuck probably around and did something, but that's not what we wanted to do.
Yeah, you want to read.
Yeah, we want to operate safely. We want to operate in the most efficient way possible. So pretty much we moved our programs to being mobile, to being virtual, to ensuring that now we may not have been as impactful, throughout the COVID-19, but we were still in impact. Right, and now as we move forward with the vaccine being out, with protocols coming out, with things opening back up, pretty much we've been operating I wouldn't say back to 100%, right?
Because we still pushing the envelope a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
we push the envelope. We still want to adhere to masks. We still want to adhere to safety protocols. You're not going to come to a Success Team event without masks being presented, or germ-ex, or social distancing, things of that nature until things get clear. But at the same time, we're able to meet with our young people now. We're able to present our programs in the most efficient way that we possibly can now, and we're able to create an impact that we originally wanted to continue since the year that we got started.
Well, so Tim, let me ask you this: why young people? Why do you have a mindset, or why do you have this thing inside of you that drives you to facilitate or be with young people?
Well, everybody goes through this, right? It's just I would assume that like everybody kind of acts on things that they're passionate about, but like the biggest thing is that the programs that Success Team offers, I personally was never able to participate in those. And then when it comes to my team members, we looked at it as like the majority of us, all of us, were never able to participate in those either, because either they weren't being offered, or again, we weren't a part of the community factors that allowed us to be a participant in those things. So like when I looked at my life as I got older, and I saw things that I really wish I would have been a part of, all right, to impact and possibly ignite an impact that would either push me further or put me more in the loop in regards to awareness or things that I want to do, things that I'm trying to accomplish, right? The biggest thing is that leadership is all about finding the problem, all right, developing a solution to that problem and allowing everybody else to benefit from it. So from that standpoint of it, it's just like we looked at our circle, we looked at our lives, we looked at things that we weren't able to participate as a youth, and we decided that we would never again allow our youth in Aiken County or throughout South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia to be able to miss out on things that they really needed to partake in. So really it's just finding that problem and ensuring that there's a solution for other people coming up after us. The youth are going to benefit from the things that we didn't have an opportunity to participate in. The youth are going to benefit from things that we didn't have an opportunity to have, and the youth are going to benefit from the passion that we have behind the things that we wish we would have had growing up.
Well, lucky individuals who get an opportunity to participate with this, because anytime someone does something that is passion driven, then you're probably going to get top-notch results out of it. Now, out of Success Team,
yes, sir,
we have this organization, Success Team. There's a birthing there. There's a son that's coming, and it's called Big Brother.
There we go.
Now, let's talk about this concept. Why this Big Brother concept? And then once we unpack that, then we're going to talk about the programs within that. So we got this thing called Big Brother. Why?
That's right. Big Brother, a fellowship of young men looking to become real men, is a program within Success Team, and it's hosted as a multi-day overnight youth male development conference, right? So pretty much what we do is we open it up to residents throughout South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. So we're bringing people here to showcase how beautiful Aiken is. We're bringing people here to showcase how beautiful our city is, but then we're also allowing our youth to connect with each other, with individuals that they're either going to need to connect with later down in life, right? Or individuals that they probably already know, either across the bridge or even further out than that. So Big Brother came from the idea that our young men need to understand that it's important for them to accept the accountability and responsibility of being male leaders, being responsible in the community, and just being who they really are. When I say that, I never met a young man who didn't want to become a real man, quote unquote, right? Whatever that definition may be. I've never met a young man who didn't want to grow up and become a great leader. I never met a young man who didn't want to grow up and exceed expectations in regards to everybody who sees that light in them, right? They wanted to exceed that expectation. They wanted to be just that. But I have met a lot of young men that decided to stray away from that path of greatness because they had a lot of doors closed on them, right? And that's the thing with us in regards like to men in general. And yeah, I'm speaking about me. I'm speaking about anybody out there. It's just like that attention span. If you aren't presented with opportunities, if you aren't presented with answers to the problems that you're looking to solve, if you aren't presented with things that help you, pretty much achieve those goals, then you pretty much, it's like, all right, well, I guess this ain't for me. When in actuality, the leaders in the community aren't necessarily giving you those opportunities to be able to succeed. So it's like we have to take some accountability in that. When we ask ourselves what's wrong with our youth, when we ask ourselves why are our youth behaving in this way, we gotta look in the mirror and see what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the back end of my mind, I'm like, okay, since I understand that, since I understand, you know, why there were some trials and tribulations that I had to overcome, if I understand why I felt as if, you know, after high school, within that first range of adulthood, why I felt like, you know, maybe I could have did a little bit more, then it's a situation where like we have to develop a program that allows our young people to find comfort in being leaders, find comfort in being progressive, and find comfort in being exactly who they are, and that's great, young people.
Man, I tell you that those are lifelong tools. Those are tools that build success. Okay, so now we got this concept. We got these gentlemen. We got these young men, and we're saying, okay, we're going to give you some tools. We're going to give you a tool kit.
That's right.
And within this kit will be things that will aid you further on in life. Now, let's talk about some of those tools. And if I am not mistaken, you unleash some of these tools in Big Brother 21. Is
That's
that
right.
correct?
That's
so
right.
You just celebrated, or you just had
Big
Brother 21.
That's right.
So listen, we got about 6 minutes. Well, let's say 3. We got about 5.5 minutes. We're gonna start off Big Brother 21 and take that in the break, and then catch it back when we come back to break.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about Big Brother 21, man. Tell me, how was it?
Nah, it was beautiful. Honestly, like one of the most beautiful things that I've ever been able to partake in. Like I told all my team members, all my mentors, all of our volunteers, even the young guys who were participating, it's like, hey, make sure you take this in, because really it's a situation where like the program itself, it's a program that, of course, we open it to ages, 13 to 18. But when you get there, the program, the feeling, the vibe, the atmosphere is something like nothing else. And it goes from being age related to being gender related. Right, in regards to it, because everybody learns. Everybody's able to take in something. Everybody's able to have an experience like no other. Everybody's experience is unique. Everybody's experience is individualized. Everything is custom to you based on the effort that you're able to put in throughout that program. Because again, it does call for effort. It's not easy. I will be honest with you, Big Brother, in regards to a physical standpoint, in regards to an energy standpoint, is probably our most difficult program to pull off. From a preparation, it takes about 10 months for us to execute it the right way. From an energy standpoint, being there, where this year was 96 plus hours consecutive, right? Because our young guys come and they stay overnight. We started on that Thursday, we graduate on that Sunday. That's everybody collectively. So like, if you think about individuals, all the individuals that it took to put in those 96 plus hours,
a lot of people.
Yeah, then you're talking about 1,000 plus hours over a 4-day weekend or so, and things of that nature. But it was beautiful, to be honest with you. We had 100 plus young guys ages 13 to 18 come out, right? South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. And we actually, and I gotta stop leaving that out, we actually had one young man travel from Louisiana. So like we had 4 states instead of 3. We always say 3 states, just because that's the way it's marketed, and that's the way the majority of where they come from. But it was beautiful. Like all these young men, to be honest with you, like you can see it in their eyes that like they want to be great, that they want to pursue greatness, and they want to be leaders in our community. And it's just like, that's the beautiful part about it, because we can plan a program all day, but if our young people aren't gravitated towards it, if they aren't feeling like, yo, this is for me, if they aren't excited about it, if they aren't participating, if they aren't willing to exhaust the same amount of energy, then the program isn't going to be as great as it is. But there's a partnership there. We put in energy, they reciprocate that energy, and the program is one of the most beautiful things that you could possibly see.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to something. Okay, I'm gonna go back to something. I'm gonna go back to a quote.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you made a quote some years ago, and I want to see what's changed, or I want to see what's different, or what do you have to add or subtract from that. You said Big Brother. This was in 2019, so this is 2021. So it's been a couple years ago. You said Big Brother 2019 changed lives.
Yeah.
Because it changed mine. Okay. What changed? Is it the same effect, better, worse? Is that quote still alive today?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Still alive. to be honest with you. And like I thought, it seems as if honestly we gonna keep doing it for the youth, but to be honest with you, we gonna keep doing it because hey, I keep growing too. But
you getting some out of it too, bro. That's right.
That's it. And it's really that quote still stays alive. It's still warm. The iron is still hot on that. Like Big Brother did change lives, and it continues to change mine because again, like there's a curriculum built inside of Big Brother, to where like even though like the workshops and seminars they may sound similar, right, to what we did in 2019, they're not. Right, totally different atmosphere, totally different aspect of it. And as our guys who are retaining the information, they grow, they're continuing to open up a new chapter. But Big Brother, yeah, it continues to change lives. Like you got to see it from start to finish in regards like to the impact that it's making on our youth and the impact that it makes on everybody involved. And like this year with us having even more people involved, I can 100% guarantee that it definitely changed more lives.
Okay, now very quickly before we go to break, we got about a minute and a half here. We talked about workshops and seminars.
Yes,
okay, let's just start off because I know there were several of them since you started on a Thursday, right?
That's
and
right.
Ended on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
So just pick one off the top of your head and tell me about one. Tell me about something that you offered.
The importance of manhood from a woman's perspective.
Ooh, now who did that one?
Yeah, so that was actually offered by some young ladies, some young leaders in our community, which you'll be seeing them coming up shortly, of course, in regards to it, because again, they're just leaders in the community. But we had a group of young ladies in our community offer an importance of manhood from a woman's perspective workshop, to where really we identified the partnership and the importance of the yin and yang from both men and women in the community, whether that be romantic or platonic, right? So they came in, they allowed, it was a highly anticipated conversation.
I'm sure it was.
when you put young men in the same room with young ladies and you allow them to interact freely, get the answers that they want to the questions that everybody's thinking about, give them opportunity to converse, give them opportunities to interact with each other, and really identify, hey, this is what we love about you guys. This is what we love about you guys. No bickering, no back and forth. Hey, what does it mean when you say this? What would you like me to do to help you accomplish your dreams? Like how can we be a better partnership, not only from a gender standpoint, but from a leadership standpoint? Like our young men and our young ladies, like we need that connection. So it was beautiful.
We're going to take a break talking about a group of young men in the room with a group of young ladies.
That's right.
Basically, pretty much discussing what women expect from young men. Is that sort of correct?
Oh yeah.
So Tim, tell me now, we're going to get on to some other workshops, but how did that discussion go?
Yeah, it was positive. It was funny. Well, it was positive, man. We, of course, again, like I've never met a young man who didn't want to grow up and be a real man, a male leader in the community and in the household and, within every avenue. So they were respectful, of course, like as we expected our young men to be. Our young ladies were very interactive. They were very transparent. They were very informative. They were, very knowledgeable about the topic of what it takes for not only our young men to cooperate with our young ladies from a romantic side, but from a platonic side as well. And I think that's important because we run into a lot of solutions if we start having those conversations early about like what it takes for you to be a young man and interact with a young lady and vice versa, throughout your endeavors. So I think it was really, really cool.
Well, man, you know what? Just the fact that we can get, that group in a room with some civility, that's I think right. It's an accomplishment within itself, man. Let's talk about another workshop, man, because what I'm understanding, man, and I've talked to some people who participated, is that it just had something for everybody enough to really influence a young person's life. What else you had, man? What else that sparked your interest that you thought was was breathtaking as you maneuvered around checking out your workshop?
Yeah, that's right. We had the importance of education. That was presented by Sir Princeton Harton at the Ron Clark Academy up there in Atlanta. So that was great. We had a basic mechanics workshop, which is always useful for our young guys. Shout out to the Aiken County Career Center over there for partnering with us to be able to do so, sending their mechanics out and things of that nature. We had We had entrepreneurship, right? A workshop based on entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
We had the High Secure Employment Workshop presented by CSRA, Society of Human Resource Management. So they came out, gave our young guys live on campus interviews to help them own their skills as they go towards securing employment, whether that be or the next step in their life, collegiate or the actual employment route. We had What It Takes to Be a Leader to Lead Others by Chick-fil-A. Right, Chick-fil-A Aiken, Adam Knight, they sponsored not only a meal but a workshop to come out and talk to our young guys about being a leader who can lead others. I think all of those things were super, super important for us. And then, like, really, we topped it off with a magnificent graduation keynote speaker, Miss Michelle Page Bush, and everything. She was awesome. She came out. Yeah.
the good doctor, the pastor's wife. How
That's
about
right.
that?
That's right. That's right. She was awesome. It was something that it was really special. And I hope everybody took that in because she's been pouring into me since I was basically in middle school. And like for us to kind of go off, lead our own paths. Of course, I had to grow up, whatever. But
we all did.
That's right.
And some of us still do it, including me.
Exactly, every day. But like for me to call on somebody who made an impact when I was their age on my life,
mm-hmm.
to call her back and her be available and be willing and still have that same fire, that same passion, that same energy to come back and instill an impact on their lives. Like that was super, super precious, and it was beautiful. And I hope everybody took part in it.
Man, you know what? It's always good. Let me tell you who this probably just took to another planet.
Yeah.
Miss Bush.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the impact that you're making on young people's lives when you're dealing with them.
That's right.
But for you to invite her back, for you to invite the First Lady back,
mm-hmm.
and for her to see and hear some of the things that she was pouring into you, years and years ago, man, that's what it's all about.
Right. That's right. And it was a beautiful thing. And like she's still that same young lady who cares about the overall impact and the overall longevity of our young men just being exactly what they are. Great.
Man, that is awesome. Well, give me another one, man, because
yep.
I heard you talk about diesel and mechanics. Let's talk about that a little bit. How was that, man?
That was beautiful as well. So like basically in regards to, we try not to skip over anything in regards like to the program. So like being able to operate basic mechanics in regards to your vehicle, we thought that was like a huge workshop to be able to offer, especially to our young men out in the community. That's something they can get their hands on, whether they go towards a career in it or they just want to maintain that vehicle that's going to get them back and forth. So like they learn how to change oils, they learn how to rotate tires, they learn about the basic fluids that you'll need, they learn when to hit the gas, when not, all right, they learn when to hit the brake, when not. Like even if a young man, even if they had not been behind the wheel a day in their life just yet, they left with some information that when they do get behind that wheel, and they're out there making moves, or they're out there, headed off and leading their life, that it's going to be something that they can remember, and something that then whenever that car comes to an issue, they're going to have a solution for it.
Man, I think I was probably 15, 16 before I, got behind the wheel or whatever, man, and to have had some prior knowledge before that would have been great. But again, I heard you mention earlier, these are things that my generation wasn't privy to either.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have these sorts of outlets where we could go learn how to conduct an interview or
mm-hmm.
or present ourselves in an interview, or
that's right.
Learn how to have correct conversation with girls and stuff, because talking to girls was always awkward.
That's right.
It was super awkward, man. And some of us still hadn't gotten it right. So
some of us haven't.
Yeah. But to get some coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, real coaching, not some stuff you picked up on TV or I mean, some real live stuff.
That's right.
I mean, that's invaluable, skill set, man.
And that's what it is.
That's what it is, man. And listen, and what you're doing now is you're changing lives. Tim, how was there any level of I guess the word that I'm looking for, did they stay attentive? Did anybody get complacent, or did you pretty much keep them captivated the whole 3 days?
Yeah, and everything, most definitely in regards to it. And again, I gotta give a shout out to our young men because they wanted to. you know, in regards to they want to. Of course, like the program is exhausting. So like, of course, like, you know, we may have to make sure that they were still attentive from time to time
Sure.
out, switch it up a little bit, you know, get them excited about something, jog that mental. But our young men throughout the entire program, like they wanted it. They knew that this was a program that could benefit them, and they knew that it was something that if they paid attention to, that they can go back home and really be leaders in their household. You gotta think about it. It's just like the most important thing about mentorship, most important thing about leadership is giving our young people, the people after us, the information before it's mandatory for them to have it.
Okay.
Right? So as long as we gave them something that they knew they can use, that they knew it could be useful for them in the future, or even the next day when they got back home, they were fine. Like a lot of our young men, and it's the stereotype. It's like a lot of times that our young men come from single parent households where they're being raised by their mothers and things. And shout out to all the single moms who are doing their thing. You continue doing a great job, but it takes a village, right? Some of our young men come from that background. Some of our young men come from a 2-parent household to where they do have the impact of both a mother and a father to help them grow. But again, it takes a village. Right? And that's what Success Team's here for, is to instill that village. We don't want anybody to feel as if, hey, this is a program that highlights what you're not doing, right?
Sure.
Or what you're incapable of doing,
Absolutely.
right? No, we're here to help because, again, it takes that village, and we got to get comfortable with, you know, aligning with that village to ensure that our young people, you know, accomplish what they want.
Okay, now Tim, we'll come back because I want to talk about the culminating event, which was your graduation.
Yes, sir.
But I also want to make sure, absolutely, that I give due diligence and due time on air to this annual back to school book bag drive.
That's
man.
right.
And I you know, when I was in school, if you gave me a pencil, man, I was excited. Anything that I got, man. So I want to talk about your book bag drive, man. Where it's going to be held at. The rationale for it, you know, the concept, the birth of it, man. Let's just give our listeners, our audience, you know, a quick synopsis of your book bag drive.
That's right. And it goes back to that village, right? School is something that, again, we're told that all of our young people have to be at. So when it comes to having a required, you know, aspect of life that you have to attend, it's going to take that village again to help everybody get through there. So like this year's our 6th annual. Our 6th annual Prospering.
6th annual book bag drive.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Ever since Success Team was in active existence, we've been giving away back to school supplies. But we pinpoint the book bag, the backpacks, because honestly, that's the most expensive thing on your list. Especially as you get older and you progress throughout the educational system. So it's just like we thought about how can we really make an impact, and like that's just making sure that if nothing else, we check off that box of maybe one of the most expensive things that our young people are going to have to need to get through school. One of the most required things that they're going to have to get through, you know, that school year. But it's our 6th annual Prospering Young Dreamers Back to School Book Bag Drive. It's going to be held this year at Aiken Technical College, so that's a location switch. Over the past 5 years, we've been able to do it at the Aiken County Career Center across the street, and we're still partners with them, of course, to make this thing happen. But we moved it inside at Aiken Tech, the Aiken Technical College gym, from 9 a.m. to noon on August 7th. Come out, get your school supplies, get your backpacks. Be sure that our young people are present there, because not only will you be able to get your school supplies, but we're going to have vendors there, tutors, colleges, universities and organizations, charter schools, other youth nonprofits and family organizations that our students are going to need in order to excel throughout their school year. So of course, we're going to give you the tools that you need, because our motto is our students need to worry less about school supplies and more about their grades. But at the same time, we want to give you the resources that you need, right? So it's just like, get your backpack, get your paper, get your pens, get your pencils, but also to walk around and make sure you connect with a tutor. Walk around and make sure you connect with an after-school program. Walk around, and if you're up to that age, make sure you connect with a college or university that you may be interested in to get that conversation started and continue to go.
And Tim, this is all free.
All free. All free. We're not asking for anything. And to be honest with you, the biggest thing, one of the most important new features that we have is that we're partnering with Education Matters. Donna Wesby, all right, the queen of the station. She's going to be partnering with her
Queen of the radio industry.
That's right. She's going to be partnering with her organization, Education Matters, right, to come and offer a scholarship one-on-one workshop to our students as well, to where it's just like everything is there for everybody.
And hold up the form right there for some of our
Yes,
Facebook
sir.
people can see it.
There
man.
we go. Yes, sir.
Just want to make sure my Facebook people are seeing this.
August 7th, 2021, 9 a.m. to noon at Aiken Technical College, the 6th annual Prosper Young Dreamers Back to School Book Bag Drives. We'll have school supplies for grades K through 12. That's kindergarten all the way through high school, right? Backpacks, pens, paper, notebooks, dividers, anything that you could possibly need. And all you got to do is show up on that day, 9 a.m. to noon, right? And get everything that you need and participate in this program, whether it be the Scholarship 101 workshop being hosted by Education Matters, or within that vendor fair, connecting with tutors, connecting with colleges, connecting with anybody you could possibly need to excel throughout your school year.
Folks, no need for anybody to say, oh, I didn't know, or I wish somebody know. This is an organization that's giving away book bags.
Yep.
They're giving away supplies.
That's right.
Okay, they've got tutors on hand, so if you need to connect with a tutor, if you're having some academic issues, you know, they have college representatives there.
Yep.
Scholarship information and whatnot. So it's a one-stop shop that's free. And then Tim, let's go through over those dates again for me, please.
Yep, August 7th, 2021. That's a Saturday. Saturday, August 7th, 2021, 9 a.m. to noon at Aiken Technical College. The Aiken Technical College gym, just to be specific. If you riding past on Aiken Augusta Highway and you happen to look up at that marquee that Aiken Tech has going on, that beautiful marquee, you'll see details there as well. But Saturday, August 7th from 9 a.m. to noon, all right, the 6th annual Prosper Young Dreamers Back to School Book Bag Drive, where you get free school supplies, free backpack, free information and connection to the resources that you need, and then also access to a Scholarship 101 workshop hosted by Education Matters, all right, open to not only students but their parents to come as well.
So now, Tim, is there a cutoff, or is first come, first serve, or, you know, to how are we dealing with that?
So specifically with the Scholarship 101 workshop and things and shit, like we've partnered with Education Matters to where they're open to doing 1 or 2 workshops throughout that day. Because with us having a 3-hour event, the workshop usually lasts around 90 minutes, right? So we're gonna put that registration out today.
Okay.
So
register today, folks. Okay, for your workshop. Okay.
That's it. So like pretty much, it's gonna be open until capacity, of course. I'm not necessarily telling anybody to procrastinate or wait, okay, till we get closer to that date, all right, because it is something that you really want to take advantage of. And whether you're a senior in high school, all right, a middle schooler, it's information that you really need to know, because it's actually true. You can go to college, all right, on a full ride. You can graduate debt-free, but you have to know how to actually execute that. And Education Matters with Dynamo Westby is partnering with us to have that Scholarship 101 workshop, okay, to help you get there.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is something that you don't want to miss out on, because, you know, those scholarship papers and loans and FAFSA and all of that kind of stuff, whatever, it can get very convoluted and it can get very overwhelming. And to have someone to walk you through it and explain stuff to you and simplify the process is insane, man. So please, and to have it done free, because, you know, Tim, there are people who charge you out of the yin-yang to help you with this process.
That's right, and everything. And really, it's a beautiful thing for us to be able to partner on it and come together to be able to do so. So again, everybody who attends the workshop or whatever, you'll receive your free backpack, you'll receive your school supplies. You won't miss out on the book bag drive at all. Right, pretty much we do have a skip the line pre-registration that if you go check us out on Facebook at successteam.org, all right, on our website, you can pre-register for the backpack to have everything ready for you when you get there to pick up and go. And then also those who register for the Scholarship 101 workshop, that's the same thing as your pre-registration. All right, you're gonna be in line for your backpack, your school supplies, and everything that you could possibly need. So it's a win-win. All right.
So Tim, moving forward, man, because we got about 3 minutes, man, but this has just been awesome.
Yes, sir.
You know, folks, we've heard about, you know, what happened, you know, at Big Brother 21. Now we've got another event that's coming up August 7th, which is the book bag drive. Tim, in about a minute and a half or so or whatever, hey, what can we expect in the future from Successteam?
Growth, sustainability, and longevity. Like I'll be honest with you, we're going to put it out there. Like the next step for Successteam, we've already secured our van to transport our students to the college tours that we're able to enact. But we want to secure a building. We want to secure a home base to where not only can we host our programs, all right, and impact our community. And we want to operate on a daily basis and give our youth an outlet to where they can come, they can feel at home, and they can be comfortable throughout our their daily basis in regards to their interaction with Successteam.
Sister Donna is in the house. Come on in, Sister Donna. Come on, come on, come on. I got about a minute. Come on, come on. Hurry up, hurry up. I got about a minute. Come on.
I was trying not to.
Come on, Sister Donna. Hey, y'all, listen. Now, I got about a minute and 30 seconds. Sister Donna done taught me well, but she's in the house and she was trying to give Tim a message. I'm going to let her do it. 2:32. Let's go, Donna.
I'm so proud of you guys. I am. But for the Scholarship 101 workshop, because of a sponsorship from Dr. Blair Bradley of Aiken Chiropractic, it's not free, but it's only going to cost $5.
That's fine. Listen, $5 is nothing for this. Okay, folks, it's not free. She's saying $5. You spend that on potato chips every day. $5, because we talking FAFSA and scholarship.
Candy bar for me.
You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. $5 to save you 100,000.
That's a steal. That is a steal. So, but I could not let the GM grace the studio without y'all.
That's right.
without y'all hearing her voice or whatever. So you've heard it from Sister Donna Moore-Wesban. We appreciate everything you do. Like I said, you are just so influential in this community. You just do so many things, and I don't know how you spread yourself around like that much, but this community is fortunate enough to have you. And I mean that genuinely.
Well, as I always say, to God be the glory. I'm fortunate enough to be in this community with people like you, Mr. Kofor, you, Tim, people who truly have a heart of servant leadership, and that's just the greatest example of God's love. So thank you all.
There you go. Wave at my people, Donna. Hey, folks, hey, listen, my time is tight, and I got to get ready to drop the mic. I've got about a minute before I get ready to get out of here. But I got to have my music. Here it is. Y'all hear it? I love my theme music. But anyway, listen, I don't know how many of you guys are back.